This is way back. But the NHL Department of Player Safety actually put out a video explaining why the hit on Matthew Knies, which happened on Wednesday night last week, was not, in fact, illegal. And that's by the NHL rules.
Yes.
And I just think it's interesting that they also made an appearance on Amazon's Canadian coverage, not in the States, Canadian coverage on Thursday night. That show with Andrew Petrillo that goes in and out. It's like Red Zone, right? It goes in and out, in and out. I think it's interesting because it seems as though somebodies were tired of the media criticism and they wanted to answer, and not just the media criticism. I'm talking about social media criticism. I'm talking about not us on this show or any other show.
I am.
I'm talking about people who are losing their minds, who have, hey, my Twitter account name is John56378, and I think you guys are idiots. And I think they kind of got tired of it.
I am absolutely conceited enough to think we had something to do with it.
I don't think we did. I think it was around the league fans have been on these guys.
Yes. There was a little bit of language, though, in the video where I'm like, someone watched.
What was it?
We should play it.
We should play it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't show the
just
footage.
the sound here. Department of Player Safety. The title of the video is Player Safety Examines Rule 48, a legal check to the head. And I honestly think Steve's right about us having an effect on this, or Steve having an effect on this.
Really?
We were pretty adamant against it, you and I, Adam.
Over the last 2...
Was there a line in the video that made you think it was us?
No line stood out. Just the whole idea and concept of
I'll flag it when we hear it.
Sure.
Over the last 2 weeks, the Department of Player Safety has reviewed dozens of plays for potential supplementary discipline. During that time, we have issued 2 suspensions for violations of Rule 48, the illegal check to the head rule. On November 7th, Tanner Jeannot delivered this illegal check to the head of Canucks forward Brock Besser.
It's bad.
Then on November 16th, Ryan Reeves delivered this illegal check to the head of Oilers defenseman Darnell Nurse.
It's worse.
On November 20th, Vegas defenseman Zach Whitecloud delivered a hit on Toronto forward Matthew Knies that was reviewed by NHL hockey operations and the on-ice officials in-game for a major penalty, and was reduced to no penalty. In light of the similarities and differences among these 3 plays and their relatively high-profile nature...
Who did the audio for
Oh.
They definitely...
Call us for that at least.
So, one thing I knew for certain is if we ever got a video like this, they were going to hack and slash the hell out of it, and guaranteed this is like at least the second draft.
Oh my God.
They made it, and they said, not good enough. You got to re-record this part, and that's why some of it sounds like it's in a studio, and some of it sounds like someone kneeled over a couch into their iPhone, which I have done.
It's just the immediate switch you can hear. It's disgusting.
It's okay. It's okay.
They did the video. They did it.
It's your first time. It's fine. It's fine.
And was reduced to no penalty. In light of the similarities and differences among these 3 plays and their relatively high-profile nature, we want to take this opportunity to demonstrate some of the nuances that our department examines when we are reviewing hits that involve...
What's wrong?
That was the word. Their high-profile nature. Because what I have said is... Because people go, well, what are they going to do? A video for every hit that
We've
doesn't
said
get
that.
Yeah.
We've said that.
Yeah, well, what are they going to do? And I go, no, just the ones everyone's talking about.
The Leafs ones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not to be an asshole about it, but
No,
like,
there's 3 hits they're talking about here. 2 of them are from Leafs games.
2 of them are Leafs
and the
games.
other one only comes into play because you're comparing it with the Leafs hits.
But this is a golden... I think we were going to get a video for this incident, or we were never, ever going to get one ever. Because Reeves got suspended, hit to the head. Was it the next game? This happens. Hit to the head, no suspension, no penalty even.
Clean hit.
Right. And people were like, okay, there's obviously a difference here. Walk us through, though. Like, because they're similar enough that we're like, oh shit, one guy got 5 games, this guy got 0 minutes. What happened here? and it just so happened to be the Leafs. If this was Utah or friggin', I don't know, whoever,
No.
we probably don't get it.
No.
But
I agree.
Yeah. This happened. The first one happened Saturday night, like hockey night in Canada.
yes, and
know?
everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
And then the next game happens. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Like it or hate it, Leaf fans make up a big swath of your fan base.
Hate it.
And talk to us like we're grown-ups. This is when this happened in the LFR video, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to yell and scream that the NHL's stupid. They made the wrong call here and they're stupid. I'm not going to do that. Help me.
You do that a lot.
I do that. And people expected me to do it and I didn't do it. Because I'm like, listen, okay. Like, you've been around the game for a long time. Here's what I hated. Oh, it's obvious. The reason it wasn't called and the reason they don't have to explain themselves is it's obvious. Meanwhile, you go on social media, Mike Johnston, former Leaf, TSN employee, goes, that's not a penalty. And then Carlo Koliakovo, former Leaf, TSN employee, goes, how is that nothing? They're two former NHL players and two former guys who played for the team in question who have wildly different opinions on the matter. So no, actually, it's not obvious.
Yeah.
It's arrogant and insulting to think that it's obvious.
There's a lot of people, when these things happen, they take a clear side of it. This is illegal. This is
And
clean.
usually-
and it's never like that. It's usually muddied because nobody really knows the rules.
And it's obvious to you, but
Yeah.
it's obvious that there's thousands of people
Who believe
that it's
both
not
sides.
obvious to. So let's talk about it.
Have you ever heard?
No,
Have you ever heard this? The way this is.
I've never heard anything
It's a
that wasn't
history
my
thing.
own voice.
But and it's going to sound far fetched, and it is. But there's a saying that in history where it's how you feel about the French Revolution is how you vote.
Adam.
And I find it funny that a lot of the times the way people feel about this stuff, it comes down to like there's that sort of feel. It's like, what team are you on? Not how you vote, but like what team are you on? Are you on the woke wimpy team?
Oh, you're
that doesn't,
pro
like,
getting rid of all hits?
yeah.
Then-
Or it's I've been watching since the 70s, and I smoke cigarettes out of my butt with my dad in the garage. Like
right.
That's not how you smoke them.
Well, that's what the bot told me. So my point is, it got to a level that was so polarizing with fans that the NHL player safety said, we gotta bring some safety to the masses, and we gotta explain ourselves. And I think
Please do.
it's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
But I also think it shows how little consistency they've had to this point. And now,
well, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
and now we have something to hold them to, which is a dangerous Sorry, I'll shut up.
You're absolutely right. Here, let's keep going.
Okay, let's play the video. Let me go back a little.
I want to talk a little bit about the Flames and the Leafs.
Go ahead.
But I'm not going to tell you what I'm talking about because context isn't good for a show.
No, we ignore it.
It's not.
In light of the similarities and differences among these three plays and their relatively high-profile nature, we want to take this opportunity to demonstrate some of the nuances that our department examines when we are reviewing hits that involve contact with the head.
Here's how the sausage is made.
To begin, let's review Rule 48,
They got
which
to
reads in
another
part,
room.
a hit resulting in contact with an opponent's head where the head was the main point of contact and such contact to the head was avoidable is not permitted. This means there are two aspects to an illegal check.
No.
What?
So people keep going, here's the rule. Thanks, I can read. Walk me through the rule, though.
Yeah, I think they have to set up the rule first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They were
No.
getting to that.
I'm not insulting them. I'm insulting the people who go here. And I'm like, no, it's not that simple, actually. It helps to have video, and here's the NHL going, here's an oasis in the desert.
Where the head was the main point of contact and such contact to the head was avoidable is not permitted. This means there are two aspects to an illegal check to the head, both of which must be present for the hit to be illegal. First, the head must be the main point of contact of the hit. While the term principal point of contact used to appear in the rule, The wording of the rule was changed in 2013 to main point of contact to better reflect the intention of the rule and the way the players understood it.
There was a change to the
This
rule.
means it does not matter what part of the player was impacted first. What matters is what part of the player absorbed the majority of the impact of the hit. Let's look at the video examples. On this hit by Jeannot, while contact is made simultaneously with the head and body, it is clear to us that Boeser's head absorbs the majority of the impact of this hit. Jeannot's arm does contact Boeser's body, but Jeannot's shoulder cap is driven directly into the chin of Boeser with force. On this hit by Reeves on Nurse, Reeves makes minimal contact with Nurse's body, and the head absorbs the brunt of the impact. Note the way Nurse's head moves independently of his body in absorbing the force of this hit.
You can't help it.
On the hit by Whitecloud, Whitecloud hits through the body of Knies. While there is inarguably head contact here, we see Knies' entire body stopped in its tracks and driven backwards simultaneously with his head, in a way that indicates the body absorbed the force of this check. If we determine the head is not the main point of contact, the review ends there and the hit is considered legal within the framework of the rule. If the hit is determined to make the head the main point of contact, we must then contemplate whether the head was avoidable or not. The text of the rule explains multiple reasons why head contact might be considered unavoidable on a play. As both the Jeannot and Reeves hits were deemed illegal for the same reason, having poor timing or poor angle of approach, this video will focus predominantly on this aspect of the rule. But remember that head contact can be unavoidable for other reasons, including movements made immediately prior to contact. For a more complete analysis of unavoidable head contact, please refer to our 2018 video on NHL.com entitled
2018.
Player Safety Examines Unavoidable Head Contact.
The rules don't change that.
I know,
much.
but update it.
No. But
Let's look at some
pause
examples.
for a sec. So one of the main things, this video helps eliminate so many tired and exhausting, and now because of this video, irrelevant arguments that we see with hits. Oh, he hit the shoulder first and it rode up. Doesn't fucking matter. If the main point of contact is the head, it doesn't matter if you hit him in the friggin' knee first.
Yep.
The main point of contact was the head, beginning, middle, end.
Yep.
There it is.
Both of the hits by Jeannot and Reeves are excellent examples of players who took a poor angle of approach, causing them to pick the head. Both players cut along the front of their opponent's core rather than hitting directly through their opponent's shoulder or chest, which causes the contact to be directly and forcefully with their opponent's head. Conversely,
Nice one.
Whitecloud takes a good angle of approach, stepping up directly through Knies' core. And while Whitecloud does come up off the ice due to the force of the contact of the hit, he does not elevate up excessively or unnecessarily to pick the head as he delivers the check. This means that the head contact on this play is considered unavoidable head contact on a play where the hitter is throwing an otherwise legal full body check. To summarize, remember that both elements of the illegal check to the head rule must be met in order for a play to be deemed illegal. When analyzing an illegal check to the head, first determine if the head absorbed the brunt of the impact of the check, then consider if the head contact was avoidable or unavoidable. If the head was the main point of contact and the head contact is deemed avoidable, it is an illegal check to the head. At this point, the Department of Player Safety will weigh other factors such as the force of the hit, the predatory nature of the hit, any injury that might be suffered on the play, and the hitter's disciplinary history in assessing the length of a possible suspension.
No high sticking, though.
No high stick.
Not in this instance.
That video,
That helped a lot.
audio transitions aside, is so well done.
Yeah.
It helped so much. And did it change my mind on the hit? Yeah. Like, it changed my mind on the call that was made, or rather not made, or no, they made a call. They reviewed it, said no penalty. Now, if you still don't like that hit, I get it. Because Knies, his head wasn't the main point of contact. Holy shit, it took a lot of contact. And if you would like to see that sort of hit taken out of the game, I totally understand that point of view. However, it's still here.
That is a different conversation.
Yes.
Yes.
If you don't like that hit, then you don't like the rule and how it's laid out. But what they've explained is, I love the video because they explain this is the first thing we look at, the main point of contact, and then there's a process from there. It's kind of like a trickle-down effect. It's like, okay, was the main contact the head? Yes. Then we go from there and we look at, okay, where was it delivered? Was it predatory? Blah, blah, blah. And that's how they come up with their decisions. It's very well done.
They need to give a raise to whoever was like, you know what? Put in the Jeannot Besser hit too. So that it's not just about the Leafs.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I want to say is that this is the NHL doing something that I haven't seen them do in a while, which is engaging their hardcore fans on their own terms. Like, this is, you're explaining the rules of a sport that is extremely nuanced to a group of people who are so hardcore and they don't even get it.
They don't,
and
it didn't kill them.
It didn't kill them.
It didn't kill them.
It might
in
in the future. Might in the future, because we can always refer to this now. And that's why they never did this before. Don't put it on tape.
I
don't know.
Oh no, they
But-
have a standard to be held to.
No, though, the thing that this whole thing needs to be, like, to put a cap on it, is that what we need to do is say, Steve was right. This was a very good idea, and it made me think about the NBA's 2-minute report that they released at the end of, if you're not familiar, at the end of every game, the last 2 minutes, the NBA publishes an official recount of any missed calls. And they do that for every single game. There was a game the other night where the Raptors lost on the last shot of the game, and Jason Tatum traveled before he made the game-winning shot. Therefore, the Raptors should have won that game. But after every game, the NBA has to review every single call there, and if there's a wrong call, they have to say it. So they had to say in their report, we missed this travel call on the final shot of the game. And from there, they admit we screwed up the final score of a game. But they are showing accountability to their fans. They're engaging the hardcore fans who look at that play and they're like, you know what? I think he did take an extra step. He traveled. And they're saying, yeah, you're right. You're right that we got this wrong here.
No.
And the NHL's never done something like this.
The better approach is to go,
Wang. That's what you've been asking for out of the league that we love. You've been asking for that level of transparency that the NBA already has, with their fans. They treat them like grown-ups, and that the officials are held accountable here. And you've been asking that for the NHL. So kudos to you for fighting for that. And we finally got one thing. One thing.
No, but
I'd love if they did this more now. Great thinking.
Well, and this is so good for the broadcasters too, because like they were showing the Sportsnet panel, and it's Sam Constantino, and it's Colby Armstrong, and it's Luke Gazdic, and ultimately they're giving their opinions, and Gazdic and Colby Armstrong laid NHL hits in their career. But it's ultimately just them going, well, here's what I think.